following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hey, Curry Wrestling Podcast. It is Thursday, March 2nd. It is me. It is Fat Nash. I am joined, as always, by not Stang.
So
Can't even see him.
Fat Hall.
Hey, yo.
And some dick who finally decided to make a reappearance. What's up?
special guest.
What's up, Doc McStuffins?
What's up, guys? I'm one of the men, guys. Hey, Joe, I can't see you, bro. Raise your chair a little bit.
This isn't a raisable chair. It's okay.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
So Cody, you want to update us on your condition?
I'm on the men. I actually got.
Where's the beautiful day video montage of him fucking just doing neck, shoulder rolls the whole time?
You know what? Earlier tonight,
we missed our fucking chance here.
Earlier tonight, I went to see Creed 3, and I'm just gonna say, big disappointment. They didn't even do higher. Like
Jesus, they really are. He really is the same. He really is the same as intern Mark. He literally is the same.
Yeah.
This week's show sponsored by Prime, the official beverage of the Paul brothers. As I drink a tropical punch energy drink to get through this bitch.
Jake and Logan.
Wait, Mike, can you move the mic a little closer to you? I feel like Joe's super loud and you're.
Yeah, Joe's really loud.
Joe's always really loud.
I was gonna say Joe's loud 24/7, 365.
Oh,
Yeah.
You could probably like turn it around.
No, don't even.
I mean, I could probably do this, and you guys would hear me, and Joe would still be loud enough to get there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's
valid.
Yep. Keep supposed to use
Completely
Michael.
valid.
That's
Completely
actually
valid.
perfect, by the way.
I'm not an idiot. I'm just saying.
That's actually perfect.
Look, I'm half Italian. I'm 100% gay. We're loud people.
I was gonna say, please drop the other percentage.
I come from a collection of loud folks.
I can confirm, as I work with Joe now.
Oh, you work with him now?
Yeah. Hey, welcome.
Hey.
I was at work the other day, and I told him, I said, every time I walk by you, I'm just going to ask for another person for the top 15 for Wrestlers of the Month. And he goes, please, dear God, don't. I go, yeah, you're right. I can only imagine right now, I'm like, Joe, who do you have at number 3? And he just goes, the Ass Boys. I can only imagine how fucking everyone would look at him.
But no, nobody at work would be surprised to hear me say the phrase "ass boys."
No. Yeah, exactly.
Not a single solitary person I work with would be surprised to hear me say the term "ass boys."
No, I know. Trust me. I've had conversations with pretty much all of them.
Oh my God. So I went to Chipotle before coming here because like your boy was hungry. And
he did not watch your guys' show where you guys besmirched the good name of Chipotle for Moe's, by the way.
Okay, first off, that shit ain't on me. That's on the other fucking heathens that I do that show with.
Somebody besmirched the good name of Chipotle for fucking Moe's, and
just because Moe's has better queso, they think that it's a better.
That's
restaurant.
the only. I mean, that's even a stretch.
No, it's not. Moe's queso is better because it's garbage food. So like Chipotle, like even though they make queso, but they like try and make it like healthy.
Hipster queso.
It's like hipster queso. Like Moe's, they understand what they are. They're like, dude, we're here, we're trash. Somebody probably ashed their cigarette in your fucking burrito.
You're not saying wait. You're not saying the other four, all the four guys agree to this shit that actually said that Moe's better than Chipotle. Is this no?
Ryan, if you would have watched the show,
he won't.
But no, Ryan.
No, I'll listen to it.
Ryan and Matt said Moe's is better. I think Mark even did.
Tim and I too.
Yeah,
figures, asshole.
Tim and I were fighting for Chipotle, and well, I'll let you listen to the show because every one of us got a veto power at the end, and
Ooh, I want a Mark picked. Jeez.
But
by the way, PDQ is a excellent chicken tender and milkshake fucking place. We have a couple of them here in Florida because I know you guys were like, we never even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got pretty good tenders and shakes.
So speaking of chicken tenders, you guys want to go to my topic?
Oh my God,
Sure.
No, I want to do wrestlers.
Isn't that a great?
I want to.
Wait, that's right. We got to do wrestlers of the month.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, that's great. That's speaking of queso.
All right, so wrestlers of the month for the month of February. So what I'm gonna do here, because obviously we're trying to save some time. I'll give you the top 5 for the month, and then I'll give you the top 5 as we stand throughout the year. I'll tweet out the full list for the month of February and the full list tomorrow. At number 5 for the month of February, we had a tie between the new NXT Tag Team Champions Gallus and Joe's favorite man crush, Austin Theory of Relativity, or as the kids call him, Austin the Kid Leroy, over on 3CT.
That's right.
Can I just say I do love Gallus? They're like a mini version of Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. The Bang Bus, whatever it's called.
Bros?
Yeah,
Bang
that
Bros,
one.
Bang Bros, man.
Yeah, Bait Bus. So like I just love
Bang
porn
Bros, right? Because I think Bang Bros was already trademarked. But look, you mean to tell me that?
Oh my God! Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know what I got in the mail the other day because it's tax season?
I was gonna take a drink, but I'm gonna fucking put that down so I don't fucking kill myself.
You know what I got in the mail because it's tax season? I got a W-2 from the porn company because I did I did like 2 scenes last year and I got paid, and so I got to pay taxes on it.
Can I see the stub?
Yeah.
All right, fucking IRS.
Yeah, they got me my W-2 before fucking some other places I worked last year did. I'm just saying.
It worked quick, man.
The porn company was.
I mean,
it came quickly.
Literally.
Like right. No, I'm just saying. Like it was like I opened my box and it was there.
Oh my God.
They're the same fucking person. I swear to God, they're the same person.
Oh, at least Mark is no. At least Mark is wholesome. This motherfucker is.
I'm just saying though. Wait,
Mark is wholesome.
I have a question.
He's wholesome. He's not a bad.
Yeah,
Joe's fucking.
But do think I'm probably the only person that that would lose at never have I ever received a tax document from a porn company.
I mean, here's the deal. The statement about the W-2 doesn't surprise me. I feel like if there's an industry that wants to stay like clean, like government wise, it's going to be the porn industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, valid.
They
got Al Capone.
At least I can say when I die, I shared a podcast with a guy, someone did a porn. At least I can say that. Check.
Yeah. There you
That's
go.
true.
There you go. You're welcome.
Wrestlers of the month.
Michael, don't do that. Just be proud.
I'm proud of him. I'm mad that I have to share a podcast with you. Also,
why?
And our third place tie.
You don't have to.
He missed you. This is his way he shows affection.
I know that. He missed me.
Shut up. Just let it happen.
Do you want me to hockey fight you later? You want to walk on?
Just let it happen.
No. We had a tie for third between Mercedes Money in the Bank and Roman Reigns. In second place was the winner of the women's Royal Rumble match, Mrs. Rhea Ripples.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1 for the month of February was Adrenaline in My Soul, something nightmare narcotic, Cody Rhodes.
Nice shirt.
He's gonna lead the early months of this. I feel like and it's gonna be hard to see him not just at the end of the month.
Unless he drops the title, like
that's what I'm saying. Like he's
early into the run.
He's got February. He's gonna have April. He might have March, depending on how things go this month.
Probably get March because
I don't think he gets March because I think the winner of MJF versus Bryan probably gets it.
Yeah,
that's true.
I can see AW.
Yeah,
he probably won't wrestle. He probably won't wrestle a high caliber television match leading into that to avoid potential injury.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly, I don't think he wrestles. I don't think he wrestles on TV again until.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he does either.
I was almost surprised they had him in there against Gable. Great guy to have him against for sure.
But even in some stretch of the imagination, him cutting promos, I don't know that beats something like
Well, no, it's I
a
mean, Iron Man.
title win.
No,
or
that it
something like
doesn't.
that.
I'll agree with you on
so-
that.
In the Iron Man match, nonetheless. So
Yeah, no, the person he actually has to worry about contending with early right now, because the leader right now currently through 2 months
Mhm.
is the current United States champion Austin Theory. He has 35 points.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think all of us have had
Yeah.
him fairly high in ours because of just the sheer wins and retaining the United States title.
he had
I mean,
3 title defenses in the month of February, I believe.
at least he had 2 in 1 week. He had the
Yeah, the chamber.
and let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, Cody might get in first place votes, but if he beats John Cena, there's a real
Yeah.
shot he gets
Second place
third
at
or fourth
least.
place
Yeah.
votes. Because if it's Sammy and Kevin, if it's whomever, like there's a real shot that April he's in the top 5.
I mean, here's the deal. I don't think it's a matter of if he beats John Cena. If the match is against John Cena, Theory's winning.
I'm just gonna keep saying if, because the way that they do shit, it could change tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
just-
Good, but to me,
I'm playing the hypothetical if game because Cena hasn't been announced. Because if it ends up being a multi-man match, he could drop the U.S. title there. and he's
sure.
not getting any
No,
votes.
absolutely. For me, I just think that if he ends up facing John Cena at WrestleMania, I don't see a Cena. I think the only way Cena wins is by like a DQ or something, which doesn't even really make sense.
Or it's one of those, like I said last week, Cena wins and then loses it the next night on Raw to someone who's debuting.
Certainly possible, but
One thing you got to say about Theory too, not even 3 or 4 months ago, maybe longer than that at this point. Definitely when Triple H first kind of took power, it seemed like Theory was lost in the shuffle. It seemed like, he was a Vince guy and his push is
I
gone.
feel like there was a lot of guys like that, and then all of a sudden the mid card just kind of blew open.
Yeah,
I mean,
but what I'm saying is like Theory was like he was being pushed as a top
Correct.
Vince guy, and then when Triple H took over, Theory kind of went nowhere, and we all kind of figured, oh, that's it. Like Triple H doesn't believe in him.
Cash in on the U.S. title and lost.
Right.
Well,
So it was like, okay, he's not going anywhere. That's the end of it. And now here we are, where he's arguably going to be in possibly one of the top 4 matches at WrestleMania.
I'm more now. Theory was a top guy in Vince.
Yeah.
With a shit fucking gimmick.
Oh yeah. He's
phone,
I feel like he's someone who can be
fucking
argued for one of like the most improved of the
fucking
year.
hand signals. Like when Triple H took it over, he was almost like, here's a young version of myself.
Yeah.
Let's make him a fucking full-fledged fucking mid-card champion, a guy that we can fucking build around. He's young, he's talented, all this stuff. Like it's almost like the gimmick change is what's made him the difference. Because when you look at guys who are the prototypical Vince guys, and I know we're going away from what we're here for, so I'll make it quick. Omos versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory changed his entire gimmick, has now become the mid-card champion, the ace of Monday Night Raw when it comes to a title. And Omos has basically been mediocre.
Here's the deal. Triple H, what people forget, Triple H is the guy that signed Austin Theory.
Right.
From Evolve. So
Hunter guy.
And let's not forget just end the Austin Theory talk on this. The most important fact about Austin Theory.
Boy, here we go.
He is not a flat earther.
He has 96 abs, yes, correct.
Yes, he has 96 abs and he is not a flat earther, so we're good.
Yep.
That's true.
All right, Austin Aries. All right, so for the 2 months so far, our overall, we have a tie for 5th between Kazuchika Okada and Rhea Ripley, both with 24 points. In 3rd place, there's a tie between Jay Briscoe and Cody Rhodes, our 2 monthly winners. In 2nd place is Mark Briscoe. He has 34 points. Austin Theory leads the way through 2 months, sitting at 35 points.
I love it.
I'll have the full list up for you guys on the Twitter page sometime tomorrow.
I want to lick his abs.
Austin Theory and Mark Briscoe, only to receive votes in both months, 2 months in.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
All right, let's go to Joe's topic. Let's have some fun with WrestleMania 5.
Okay. So I think I might have said it on the show at some point, but if I didn't, now you'll know. I decided I was going to try to watch every WrestleMania from the beginning until when Mike and I get on a plane and head over to Mania 39, right?
Are you planning on sleeping the entire flight?
My goal. Anxiety
so
makes it not
So what I'll do is I'll give you my Peacock login because I have the
premium. So I download
so you
some
can
stuff.
download some stuff. You can
I'll
download
take
a show
that.
or two.
Because look,
I'm
my
gonna
goal
turn
is
mine
I'm gonna
on.
probably stay up all night and then take like 3 Benadryl and then hopefully just fall asleep for 5
Well,
hours.
I mean, I guess we can break the news here. We talked about it. Our show WrestleMania weekend will probably drop more Thursday morning because we're gonna try to record Wednesday night. Because we fly out Thursday. So
That's March 30th.
the 30th.
30th, yeah, 30th.
The
I can
30th, I think
might
we
make
fly
that.
out.
Yeah.
So the goal is to record Wednesday night because we can go for whatever time, and then me and Joe can finish packing because our flight out is at 8 something and we're Ubering, so we're gonna have to leave our house at like 6. So.
I don't think you want to hear us after a long day of travel trying to talk about WrestleMania matches.
Mixed with all the stuff we're probably gonna do while we're there.
Yeah,
because we can't check into the hotel till 4 o'clock local time.
Like we might go try to take in like that Dax Hartwood show that Thursday night if we're not podcasting anyway. Like do something fun.
So so just keep an eye on the socials. We'll announce for sure about that. But yeah, literally, there's an outside shot that we record Wednesday just because our flights are crazy.
So like I said, I'm trying to watch every WrestleMania. I do not have the time nor attention span to spend watching full WrestleMania in one sitting. I usually watch about an hour at the most if I'm getting through
Lots of fast forwarding, huh?
I would say you're
no, I haven't fast forwarded a single thing. But now, mind you, I've been doing this since about a month ago. I've just now finished WrestleMania 5. So I'm not going to get far. Like, I don't think anyone thinks I'm getting anywhere near Kofi Mania. But I'm definitely at least going to see how far I can get. So I was watching WrestleMania 5 the other day. And
the best one ever.
I don't know that I'll go and say it's the best one
my
ever.
Favorite,
but
I'm being it's my favorite one.
So it's the best one of the first 5. I will give you that. In my opinion,
lay off with Tony's cocaine, all right? Fucking chill out over there, fucking Wu-Tang.
So I figured it'd be fun to maybe do something a little different because we're always talking about really current stuff here. Maybe it'd be fun to talk about a classic show. It's WrestleMania season. Like I said, I just watched it. And I feel like it's a big enough show where even though you guys haven't watched it now, and I know, Ernest, it's your favorite, so it's probably an easy one for you to talk about. But I figure, like, we can very easily, I'm sure you guys have memories from the show and stuff like that. I mean, I won't read all the results and stuff like that. I'd actually rather go around and kind of just get your, like what, this almost sounds like a school project, but like, what does WrestleMania 5 mean to you? Or like, what's the first thing you think of when you think of the show? But to start, I just want to give a little history here. So WrestleMania 5, I'm getting this off of Wikipedia. I just thought
mega powers explode.
Yes, it is. It's the fifth annual WrestleMania. It was on April 2nd, 1989. It was at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Donald Trump sitting right in the first row. You'll see him there a lot. And there were 14 matches on this show, the thought of which would give Triple H hives. So
it's a Sunday pay-per-view for Tony Khan Presents Wrestling. All right, cool.
Yes, exactly.
We're still under 3 hours.
Imagine somehow there were 5 tag team matches on this show. That's one of the things that, and we can talk about that after, but that was one of the things that I noticed about the show where I was just like, holy shit. Like they leaned in heavy into the tag division, and the tag division was kind of sick back then. But like I said, let's go around and any one of you guys could start. When you hear WrestleMania 5, like what are your memories of WrestleMania 5? Have you seen WrestleMania 5? When did you last see WrestleMania 5? Discuss.
I mean, I've been kind of because I did this with Royal Rumble too, where I just kind of had them on my TV next to me in my office. So I've kind of started doing this with Mania. I don't have them running like nonstop right now because we're still over a month out. But I had this one on the other day. And like, these early ones, it's so weird. Like, and I always chuckle when I hear people now talk about how this is a bad match or this is a bad Mania or the product is the worst now than it's ever been. And I'm like, man, you mother effers need to go back and watch some old wrestling. early
Allow me to
90s,
introduce you
mid
to
80s.
WrestleMania 11.
Or
Like
2. Jesus Christ, 2
it
was painful
bad.
to get through.
One objectively was bad.
You
Can't
know,
see those first two.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't hate 1 this time. And I've tried to do the rewatch project before, and I always watch at least the first like 10 or so. I usually get through. So I've seen 1 quite a few times over the last few years. And this is the first time where I sat down and watched it, and I was kind of like, some of these matches aren't half bad. Like Ricky Steamboat versus Matt Bourne wasn't a half bad in-ring wrestling match, you know? Like it wasn't anything to write home about per se, but
It's wild that that was a WrestleMania match. Like,
I agree with you on that one.
like, we
I
know
will
the
give you
history of
that.
Mania. So like, I'm like looking at this one. I mean, it's a huge card, and you look at the names up and down the card, and it's wild. But like, I mean, it's easy to say that the Mega Powers Explode is the memory from this, or the the big takeaway. But I mean, really, it was like, and you think about, one of the things that we've discussed on 3CT, I think we've even discussed it here. The Roman Reigns bloodline storyline is being discussed, and in some channels is considered now the best story ever told. The only thing that the only other thing that's debated is this story.
Well, then and Austin McMahon will be the other one that'll be considered
Now,
long term.
Austin McMahon was a great rivalry.
Yes.
Austin McMahon is not the greatest story ever told.
Right.
Because like that is just I hate my boss and I'm going to do everything to piss off my boss. But like that's too easy of a story. That's not 2.5 years or whatever plus of point A to point B and everything in between.
Yeah.
Like as one collective story and storyline, because that's what the Mega Powers was. That's what this bloodline thing is. So like, I mean, to me, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when I think WrestleMania 5 is arguably the greatest story ever told.
Can we agree though? I don't understand how Hulk Hogan was the good guy in that one, because he was a total fucking dick.
Dude.
He tried to steal his girlfriend.
Dude, in hindsight, man, it's weird because I was a big Hogan mark back then, and when Macho turned on him, of course, and all that, I was like, what the fuck? And in hindsight, like, how the fuck do you not side with Macho Man?
Isn't it wild how everything in hindsight with Hulk Hogan, you realize he's the bad guy?
Yeah, pretty much. Especially here, though. Like, what did Macho do wrong here at all? But think about it as an adult. What did Macho do wrong here, honestly?
He defended himself. He was like, stop hitting on my girl. And then it was like, oh my God, you're so evil.
If anything, because like, again, it was innocent moments and like it's the jealous husband, boyfriend, So, but like, yeah, I mean, it's Macho didn't do anything wrong.
The beauty of that storyline, though, is that this is pre-Raw, pre-SmackDown. So you have those little moments, little things, little teases. You get them on Superstars Wrestling, you get them on Wrestling Challenge. The little touch on the back, and a little bit of this, and Macho seeing like what's going on here. I don't get that. Back then, storytelling and those things will last months and months, and it'll drag until the main event, February '89. And then when fucking, I remember where I was when that night happened. I was in fucking my grandmother's house, watching that, and I was like, "Holy shit, they broke up." This is insane. It is probably the greatest story. I agree with you on that. Ever told, because that story was actually a year and a half culminated. You're talking about this story. People say Mania 4. No. That started in '87 at Hershey, where interim Mark attended that show. Actually, '87. October Saturday Night Main Event, when they first got together, and you're talking 18 months of keeping interest. It's. I mean, but to me,
it's a great one.
Yeah, but to me, when I think of Mania 5 now as an adult, beyond the Mega Powers, because first off, that wasn't even the best Macho Hogan match ever. First off,
that match sucked.
It was a man match. In comparison, it was a man match.
That match sucked.
Also, Hulk Hogan should now be referred to as the original Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yes.
Yes. To me, Mania 5.
That match was 20 minutes of Macho kicking Hogan's ass,
Right,
and
and
then Hogan making a 1 minute comeback and winning the match.
Make it make. To me, I think of Mania 5.
You can't make it make sense because it's hot.
That's like if
Right.
at Mania this year, Roman Reigns beats the ever-loving shit out of Cody Rhodes for 20 minutes.
And he gets 3 crossroads and wins.
Yeah. That would not be acceptable. I would be so upset at that.
When I think of Mania 5, to me, that is peak. And I said before in this podcast in the past, that was peak Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura's commentary for the entire 3 hours was fucking out of this world.
I gotta say, and yeah, he's a staple of the first 5 WrestleMania. I think he's there on WrestleMania 6 as well.
6 also too, yeah.
Because me as a child, I've always watched WWE my entire life, but like I really retain memories of it from about WrestleMania 7 forward. I never quite realized how big a deal Jesse Ventura actually was until you go back and watch this shit. And I don't get it because he's not great. He's fucking homophobic and racist. And
well, age is badly, obviously.
The 1980s were a crazy fucking place.
Right. And honestly, he says age is bad. Him picking on Tito Santana back then, age is bad. You know, the Jimmy Snuka jokes, age is bad. You know, a lot of the shit he says on there with the women, age is bad, obviously. But to me, it was the voice. It was just the voice.
Yeah.
He just had that voice.
Man.
Yeah. That's what it's to me. You know, you say Mania 7 for you. Like, you and I, what 3-4 years apart, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so that's what it is, though. So, like, I started Mania 3, Mania 4.
Right.
So Jesse was my childhood. You know, was pretty much a childhood, you know? So, but that's to me, that was when I look at Mania 5 today, that's what stands out for me. That was Jesse's fucking, to me, his absolute peak of his powers in terms of a commentator. Him and Gorilla go back and forth.
For the record, WrestleMania 5 stands out not for the mega powers exploding, but the crowning of ravishing Rick Rude as the Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, that's the second one for me.
Fuck you, Warrior.
Yep,
I hate
Warrior.
Literally was about to say, name one other match other than Ernest. Name one other match you remember from this show.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm proud of you.
Bobby Heenan was, you know, fucking holding his leg. Dude, I was never a Warrior guy. Even as a child, I hated him.
I do also remember the fucking Tornado versus Bobby Heenan. Didn't they have a fucking 5-second?
It was no, it was Red Rooster.
It
was fucking Red Rooster and Bobby Heenan.
31 seconds.
31 seconds.
So
Yes.
So that took about 19 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
In case you want to pace a 14-match card at Tony Khan, that's how you do it.
My favorite thing is too. So I'm watching.
This is a 14-match card.
Yes.
2 matches were over 10 minutes.
Yep.
The main event, and I'm gonna guess
Warrior. No, not Warrior.
I have it literally.
No.
Right
Was it the?
I'm looking at it right now.
I have it right in front of me too.
Demolition against.
I was gonna say, is it the 3-on-2 handicap match for the tag title, or is it the Rock? No, it's not the Rocker match either.
Not Demolition.
Nope.
Parts of Pain. No.
No.
Heart
Rude
Foundation?
Warrior was 9:36.
Jake Andre.
Heart Foundation.
Demolition was 8:20.
Can I share this one?
Jake Andre.
Fucking Brutus
that was
Beefcake versus Ted
9:44.
DiBiase.
Yeah.
And ended in a double DQ.
Yeah.
A double count out.
And it was 10 minutes and 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
That match went 7 minutes too long.
That match. Yo, fucking Ted DiBiase went from main eventing the previous Mania to Brutus Beefcake.
You know, you make fun of Brutus and but at that time, Brutus is fucking way over. Way over.
He was.
I'm making fun of Brutus because he's fucking in that spot because he's fucking Hogan's friend.
Yeah.
He was never good in ring. His
of course, he was terrible.
Promo skills were mediocre at best, and he was best known for carrying around oversized fucking hedge clippers. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing. Okay, wait.
Strutting and cutting might be the stupidest fucking tagline that I fucking heard.
I would like to say I would like to see WWE bring a return to the WrestleMania weekend 5K. Mr. Fuji ran in this one in full character gear, the fucking like with the cane and everything. They had him running in this marathon to prove that he was fit for the handicap match for the tag titles.
Jim, you'll appreciate this. I'm starting my own team.
I don't know. You gotta get. Can you get closer?
Yeah.
I tried
Damn
texting you.
I
don't know if it's just like the way it's
that or
picking
use
me
your
up
inside voice. So no.
I don't know. I'm trying not to yell
There-
either.
there it is,
'cause
there
my
it is, there it
fucking-
is, there it is, there
That
it is, there it
actually
is.
sounds better.
There it is.
I turned it. I turned it up. I think it got turned down
Sweet spot.
when it fell.
Sweet spot.
So I'm starting my own team in the men's league here, and one of the guys that's coming from the old team goes, "Have any of y'all ran 3 miles on the beach and like really taken it in?" I go, "I haven't ran
have.
3 miles in air conditioning. What the fuck kind of question is this?"
I've run 3 miles on the beach.
His-
It's actually really is kind of awesome.
So
It's
literally,
one of my favorite places to go running, to be perfectly honest.
so literally
About
he
a mile,
goes,
not 3.
he goes, "You guys ever run 3 miles on the beach?" I go, "Have you seen me? I haven't ran 3 miles in air conditioning." No.
Wait, did y'all miss Humpty Dumpty had a great fall over here? Say, I'll run a mile, not 3. Like he can't, like he can physically podcast right now, let alone go run a mile. I love you, Ernest, but that was some
I'd love
shit.
to see you run a 1/10 of a mile right now.
I can just see it now.
Wait, y'all want to see Ernest run? Put on some police sirens.
Wow. Racist not?
All right, Jesse Ventura, chill the fuck out.
Like,
Over there.
What
She was
do
like,
with
"Fuck that, I'm outta here."
wrestling?
She was like, I'm out of here.
The views and opinions expressed by Joe Lopez do not reflect the other members of Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.
Also, another thing that stands out in Mania 5 for
I've had a
me,
couple of those on 3CT.
yeah. Another thing that stands out in Mania
Well,
5
I've never been invited back.
to me was
Yeah,
this
well,
was this
good
was
run.
actually the launching pad of Mr. Perfect. Actually,
Yeah, Perfect versus Blue Blazer was such a
match.
great
It was
match.
5.5 minutes, but it was a really good match. I
Yeah.
was watching that one
Yeah.
specifically the other day.
Not for nothing. The shit is this WrestleMania, I feel like would be better remembered if it was in front of any other WrestleMania crowd ever. Because you could tell this was the epitome of half that crowd just got free tickets fucking as comps from spending money at the
Gambling.
casino.
correct.
And they didn't give 2 shits or know half of that roster. And they certainly didn't care about pro wrestling. So they didn't care. Like, they were boring chants during that match. We can go back and watch it. That might be the best in-ring match since Steamboat Savage at Mania 3. At least, in terms of like the first 5, like obviously like, there's a lot more better than that. But like just in-ring wise, the stuff those guys were doing, and you can tell they get so disheartened about halfway through it when the crowd is just chanting boring and totally not anywhere near into it. You put that match in Japan. I know that sounds really cliche.
That's a
Like,
30
you
that's a
put it
37-star match. in
Right.
Tokyo Dome.
But honestly, you put that match almost in front of any other Mania crowd, and I think you even get a better reaction. Except maybe not 4 because that was the same shitheads. But basically, you
Yeah.
take it away from any Trump-related area,
Huge.
and you're getting a bigger reaction out of that show.
Macho.
Don't be
Macho
rude.
Man.
But like just looking up and down this card, I mean, it's crazy the talent that was on this card.
I also enjoy that people go back and watch 1980s, early 1990s wrestling, and they're like, Vince hates tag team wrestling. Go watch this fucking show.
There's 5 tag matches
Fucking
on it.
asshole.
Like,
Yeah.
literally, the entire tag division is featured.
Well, Jim,
like,
the thing you said also about the talent pool and that it got better that year too. It got better. Like
Yeah.
the Brain Busters got there, and they added more talent to that pool later that year. Like by SummerSlam, you see guys that
And the Brainbusters were on this card.
they were on the card too. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
that there at that point, yeah.
Brainbusters was
Strike Force explodes.
Yeah, this is
Right.
where Tito
The breakup.
and Martel
Which,
break up.
not for nothing, but the fact that then Mania 6 doesn't have a Tito Santana versus Rick Martel match really made me sad.
Yeah.
Like, that's a missed opportunity. Those two would have had.
What color
I
paint
think-
would you like me to paint you at the surprise level?
I
that
think
they
most likely
have
because
a match on?
they probably feuded a lot in the house shows between that time and Mania 6 anyway.
Yeah, but that could have been a hell of a wrestling match.
Oh, I agree.
That would have been something, honestly. Yeah, no, the Bushwhackers are here against the fabulous Rougeau brothers.
That's what we needed. We needed more fucking Jacques Rougeau. God
They were
bless
good heels.
America.
That's what they were good heels though. I mean,
And you had the Hart Foundation, that Jim's boy over there, taking on Greg Valentine and the Honky Tonk Man.
So
I mean, that's
literally,
probably one of the biggest throwaway matches on the card. That
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I mean,
the
obviously
next
Rooster Heenan, but I mean,
that was
that
Honky's.
and Barrett and Duggan was both throwaway.
That was the start of
Christ.
Honky's downward
Fucking-
downward relevance in the WWF at that
so
point.
the next year at 6,
Yeah.
Coco Beware versus Rick Martel is the
Yep.
opening match.
Yeah.
It goes 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
It felt so much longer. I've
And
already
then-
seen that one.
and then fucking the Barbarian versus Tito Santana is match number 8. It goes 4 minutes and 33 seconds. I would have rather have watched an 8-minute Rick Martel versus Tito Santana.
I'm
match
saying.
than those
Absolutely,
matches.
absolutely.
I'm saying.
That because
Martel was so good.
WrestleMania 6 is 15 matches and 2 of them hit double digits.
Mania 6 card as a whole
By the way,
is a letdown. The entire card is a letdown.
I would
See,
Outside Warrior Hogan, of course, and
and so the thing that I liked about Mania 5 too, that gave it a Mania feel to me, was also like you have Run DMC here performing.
Yeah.
You know, that's fun. That's like, and they were actually popular and relevant at the time. Like, you know, it actually felt cool. You know, even in hindsight, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. You guys had Run DMC in 1989. Like that, that's awesome, guys. You know, the Roddy Piper segment with Morton Downey Jr. I mean, that's a classic.
Morton Downey Jr. was huge back then for the record.
That
Huge.
is, I mean, that's an all-time segment.
That's an all-time segment. Exactly. And honestly, it's funny because I remember I said this in the chat. I was like, man, this is one of those things because it like took place so long ago, and because Bruce Pritchard, when he goes and does shows about like the 80s and stuff where he really cares, he gets really into it, and they're usually very entertaining episodes of something to wrestle. So I went back and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to like the episode about WrestleMania 5. There is no episode about WrestleMania 5. But there's going to be one. And honestly, I'm fucking excited for that.
Yeah,
I can't wait to give it a listen.
I shared that. It's coming out this week, supposedly. We'll see if
Tomorrow.
the schedule allows it.
Yeah. I can't wait for that one. Like, I feel like I've just like perfect timing for me to have finished watching this show.
Yeah, he's skated about he skated around the Mania 5 stuff with other like
He's talked about
the
discuss
mega
parts,
power.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
like, other guys I mentioned, but he did done the actual so I'm looking forward to that too myself.
I also want to play Jim the closing sounds of Conrad going off on the Jarrett podcast at the end of the show, because I know he hasn't listened to a Conrad podcast in forever, but we'll save that for the end. Just remind me.
Oh, likewise, I haven't listened to wrestle fucking probably 2 years.
So I feel like we can wrap this up about Mania 5. I just thought it would be fun to talk about it. It was a fun show. Like I said, it's like my favorite of the Mania of the 5 Manias so far. I'm looking forward to kind of continuing. I'll give you guys this opportunity. How far do you think I'm going to get? But from here, I'm at Mania 5. So I'm halfway into Mania 6 now. I've gone through the first like 2 or 3 matches.
Cool. So you got 17 more fucking 3-minute matches before you get to the main event. Awesome. Love it.
And I'm
This is short.
I'm
Don't
going to
forget
watch
the
until like
19
March
second class
30th.
between the Hart Foundation and the Bolsheviks.
Oh shit!
That one.
So how far do you think I'm going to get in Manias?
I think you'll get at least 2 hours.
And this is by when you guys fly
Yes.
and not counting the flight.
No, because I will likely be asleep.
Shit.
I say you make it to
Wait. When did you start this whole marathon?
It didn't matter when I started. I'm at
That's
like
very-
6.
No,
kinda
I'm trying to gauge.
kind of does. I'm gauging
schedules.
how much you're watching.
I don't remember when I started it.
Don't look
A
at
week
me.
ago, 2 weeks ago.
No longer than that.
Oh shit!
Probably at least
Oh,
a
you're
month.
only at 5. I give you. You're gonna
Mania
get
8.
halfway through WrestleMania 9.
Mania 8. I give Mania 8. Flair and Savage, and then you're done.
Also, by the way, there are so many bad WrestleManias between the start.
Oh
and
yeah.
12.
Yeah.
I'd say half of them are bad.
1 and 2 are definitely bad.
1 and 2 are
1,
bad.
2, 9, 11.
3's not really that
3 is
great of a
awful.
mania.
Aside from Steamboat versus fucking Savage.
Yeah, and like Hogan Andre was bad. It's just memorable.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 was
too
bad.
long. 4 was too long.
Yeah, 4 was super long.
4 to me, I think 4 might be the worst WrestleMania
11.
of all time.
11.
The answer is
Fuck
always
you,
11.
Lawrence Taylor.
See, now I
versus Bam
I
Bam.
need to at least get to 11 now.
No, because here's
Um,
what's gonna happen. You're not gonna get to 11, and we're gonna fucking watch 11 at some point while we're in California, and then you're gonna look at me and you go, "Why the fuck did you make me sit through this?"
6 overall is like a letdown. I won't
Yep.
say it's bad. 7 is good. I enjoy 7. It's also a little special.
like
to
7
me.
too.
First one I watched live.
Yeah, I was
8
gonna say
is
7
good.
has a place for me in my heart. 7 and
8 is
8.
good. 9 stinks.
I love 9.
9 stinks out loud.
I love
9
9.
cool visually, but that's it.
Yeah, visually is the only thing that's
It
appealing.
stinks
to 9.
out loud.
Stinks out loud.
10 good. 11 horrible.
Worst.
12 not great. 13 is when business started changing.
Yeah.
13 was 13 outside of Austin and Brett.
But you can see but you can see the whole product is changing.
right.
Yeah, the product is improving. It's like
come
it's
come leaps and bounds by 13 when you go back and look at the
so,
first
so
12
like
years.
you know when your favorite artist like releases a box set and there's like those demo songs and you're like, man, this ain't great, but it's got the framework of being fantastic. That's what 13 is.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's
the
not
build.
the Attitude Era. It's not that great yet, but you're like, man,
We're
this is where
close.
it starts.
Yep.
This is where it really starts.
I like 14. To be honest, I think 14 is good.
14's good, and then things start to get better. Then 16 stinks, and then things really start. Picking.
15 was kind of underwhelming, in my opinion.
15 was all right, but anyway, these early ones too. Like whenever somebody's favorite superstar today has like a 3-minute match at Mania, and people are like, they're so disrespectful, and I'm like, go back and look at the cards, man.
Right. To me, I argue these early Manias. I argue that there are better SummerSlams out there than Manias.
Oh, I would agree with that. Because here's the thing, again, Mania is the spectacle. Every other pay-per-view that they created, especially in those early days, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Rumble, like they had to almost be a little bit better because you were selling a different product. You were selling
especially Rumble and Survivor Series where they were
Yeah.
based off of matches that were only happening then. Also, Joe will get through WrestleMania 10 because he loves the Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon
Yes,
match
that's right.
so much that he'll find a way to get to 10.
He was
That was a
there.
great match. I was there.
I was gonna say he'll get through 10, but I don't think he'll get to 11 because as much as he wants to get to 11 because of how fucking god awful it is, I know he only has Wednesdays and Thursdays off, and I know he's gonna fucking be seeing movies because shit's coming out that he wants to see. So
Oscars.
Go watch Tar. Oh, I'm doing a movie. Tar. It's on Peacock now. It's with Kate Blanchett. It's fucking incredible. No, it's an incredible movie, honestly. I'm doing a movie podcast, just so you guys know.
Oh,
it's
nice.
not like I'm doing it with a longtime friend of mine who's also a movie person, and I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. And again. Ooh.
I'm just waiting for him to knock my
I am clipping that.
She's
shit.
serving allergies.
I am clipping that.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, please. Thank you.
You're gonna
one more time.
Here it goes. I want to.
I don't know why I'm dying.
I want to remind people, like when they talk about like their favorite wrestlers getting disrespected, like Bret Hart. Again, regardless of how you feel about Bret Hart, from WrestleMania 3 through WrestleMania 6,
best match
like,
he ever had.
His total match time was under 23 minutes in like 6 Manias combined.
Wasn't it 6? He's like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I just said it was a 19-second match. The Hart Foundation.
His match time against Goldberg was probably 17 minutes, but he only remembers 8 of it.
No. Oh my
damn!
Christ. Don't do that.
Damn.
On that note.
By the way, speaking of Goldberg, good transition.
You're welcome.
Motherfucker comes out this week and says like he's owed a retirement match. Hey, old man, go fuck yourself. You end up getting one. I mean, obviously I can't stop it, but literally this company gave you 2+ title reigns where you buried fucking Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens when you had no business doing it. You don't deserve anything. They've already given you more than they should have. Get the fuck out of this business, you 90-year-old fuck.
Preach, my nigga. Let's go. Preach.
Jesus.
Okay.
Goldberg.
But here's a proposal.
Get off my lawn.
I think you'll be okay with this one, Jim, though, okay? What if Goldberg's retirement match is against Bret Hart and Goldberg is handcuffed to the ropes and Bret Hart is allowed to just hit him in the fucking head as many times as he wants?
Only if he gets to hit him with a fucking truck.
I'm okay with that. We can do that.
Fuck Goldberg, dude. I'm so over that guy.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Okay, so you want Bret Hart to go to jail for the rest of his life?
No, it's in a wrestling ring, so it's all legal. Everybody knows that.
On that note,
I mean,
Vince McMahon did get sued by Martha Hart. So I mean, literally, like it's not all legal.
Well,
I mean, you
Damn.
can get sued, but
who
I
was
mean,
that one guy that sued
Vince
that
also
when like
never did time for that. So
didn't someone get sued for like Marty Jannetty fucked them up like the Rockers? Some guy got sued the
I'm not
company.
surprised.
Like he like dropped him on his head or some shit,
Probably.
trying to fuck his
oh yeah,
daughter.
there,
I don't
what
know,
is-
some shit.
there was a fucking job. You're
Yeah,
right.
Really?
Really?
Right? Yeah, Marty Jannetty got sued for dropping somebody on their head and trying to fuck their daughter.
That's
real
a Marty.
quote.
Sounds like a Marty Jannetty thing to do.
That was a real quote from Joe Lopez that nobody
Bring-
else
bring
I'm
heard
so
Marty
glad
but me.
I'm so glad you heard me say that.
Anyway,
All right, gentlemen. That's my
Yeah, go ice your neck.
I got an early morning tomorrow. Two doctor's appointments tomorrow. So
Yeah, I'll be up at 6:30.
Thank you
It's
for
tired
joining
from
us for the
bullshit.
first
6 o'clock,
hour,
actually.
Tony.
at 6. You got it,
all
guys.
right, it was good. It was good seeing you.
Yeah.
See you next week,
Your
hopefully.
head holding your neck up or something. One of those two. Neck holding your head up.
He should get one of those things like Pitbull #1. He should get the fucking Halo,
Jesus.
and fucking Shane Douglas could like grab it and throw him down. It'll be perfect.
Can I
I'm
play
on
the
the
role
men,
of Shane
though,
Douglas?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
right,
peace
gentlemen.
out, my dude.
All right,
Bret
guys. Later,
Hart.
guys.
That's awkward.
Get
Is
off
he
my
gone now?
screen.
There we go.
Yes,
Get off my
the fuck
screen, you fuck.
Get
Like,
off my
This is the
screen.
worst exit.
We put
Jesus
that-
Christ.
Yeah, okay, now we can kind of see Joe. Again,
Yay!
All right.
Fuck you, Ernest.
What are we doing next?
backwards. It's Mike's topic.
My turn.
Oh,
It's literally
there we go.
scrolling at the bottom.
Yeah. See,
Ah.
finished the 39 card. We started that even though Ernest was still here.
Finish the card.
Okay, so again, Bray Wyatt versus Robert W. Lashley, or everybody's favorite Bobby.
Yeah, so we officially
Bobby!
got Brock v. Bobby this week. That is
And-
officially,
And I would say we have official Lesnar versus
Brock. I'm
Omos.
sorry, Brock versus Almost. Why am I?
Yeah.
we almost got away from that match.
Yeah, we almost did. Hey, oh,
Now we're gonna be almost fucking watching it.
I'm gonna be almost happy when that match ends.
I'm gonna be almost happy that I can get up and take a piss during that match. Jesus.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and I think we're locking in.
We're locking in those two for sure, obviously.
V.
Yeah.
Bray.
Bobby v. Bray, Lesnar v. Omos.
How do while we're here?
Yep.
For a 2nd,
Mhm. I got the moves like Yager.
how do y'all feel at this point about the current Bray Wyatt run? Because
It's
it's
weird.
weird.
I
I
don't
don't love it. I don't love it.
I don't
I don't-
either. But I feel like you
I don't
brought
hate
this
it.
guy back who could have gone straight to your main event scene, and instead he's still doing the same
I'm literally
puppet
trying. I'm
thing.
literally trying not to just
shit,
shit
all
on
over
it, but it's like they're making it extremely hard because like we even brought back like the whole Wyatt Jim fucking thing with the whole Bobby.
right.
Like I would have much rather if Bray just done something like different, or like bring me back to the old fucking Wyatt family with Rowan and Harper, where he was like tongue tying people.
I don't think
like-
they're ever really going to touch that again because I think Bray is going because of
Because
Harper
of
passing
Harper.
away.
Yeah.
I think he's
But then
believe
that-
that is sacred.
that's see that's fine then. Like I don't have a problem with that, but we literally hit the stop button. He goes on Twitter and is like, I'm not in a good headspace. This isn't good for me. This, that, and the other. He comes back, does the exact same thing that he was doing when he was leaving.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, there's so, like, I get it. He's not Ricochet in ring. Like, he's not going to go have a 5-star in ring classic. But the guy could have a 3-star match and his promo ability will make it a 5-star event. But, like, we're not getting that.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing with him.
And,
yeah,
and
it's strange. It's
like
strange.
honestly, like the match at Mania, in all honesty, should have been Bray versus Uncle Howdy.
I don't even know that. I don't know that warrants a Mania spot because like they haven't
I'm
built it up
not even
enough.
really
I'm saying
sure
if they
what
would've-
Uncle Howdy is though.
If they would have started the build
Right.
right after the LA Knight match, you could have made that a spectacle.
Yeah, I guess.
Because at the end of the day, what you do with that match is it's Bray Wyatt in the ring against Uncle Howdy. They start wrestling. The lights cut out. Uncle Howdy standing somewhere else. It's Bray fighting the inner demon. Like you could make that a spectacle where it's like the match went 12 minutes. 7 of it was spots where they were doing moves, and then all of a sudden the fucking lights would cut out, and Uncle Howdy would then be over here,
You
and
know,
then he'd be over there.
you know it's kind of funny. Just thinking about it, matches like Brock versus Omos and Lashley versus Bray sound like they'd be at home during those early
It
WrestleManias.
sounds like they'd be
Like-
fucking perfect for the pandemic WrestleMania.
No, but like it sounds like they'd fit on like WrestleMania 5. It's like just, a big guy versus a big guy and a big guy versus a big guy, and you could probably get in and out of there in less than 8 minutes for each one. Like they that's what they remind me of, which it's funny. And I was saying this to Mike earlier today over text. I feel like this is the first time where some of us, like, at least I'm gonna speak for myself. Okay. I feel like this is the first time since Triple H has taken over where I'm looking at what's being booked and what's making it onto a card. And mind you, this is of the biggest show of the year. And I'm kind of going, okay, you good there, Hunter? Like this is where we going? This is what we doing? Because
I mean, so here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about Brock versus Omos, because to me it's the most egregious thing on what it'll likely be like the most egregious match on the Mania card when it's all said.
it'll be a cool moment when Brock fucking suplexes him
Right.
and picks him up and F5s him.
And that's what it's about. Like
Yeah.
that, like that's and Mania is about those sort of things. And I'll
Moments,
say this
yeah.
too. Brock Lesnar at this point, because the report came out that they wanted to do Brock versus Bray, and Brock was like, eh. So like Brock isn't going to wrestle a match that he doesn't want to
No,
at this
doesn't
point.
need
So
to. No.
there's a degree of something that he wants to work with this guy. Okay. So my hope, and this is what I've said since Monday, do I have any interest in seeing this match? No. Do I want to see this match? No. If it happens to be the moment that, because what if it falls night one, the whole 3CT team is going to be over at Matt's house. If this is a moment where I need to go take a piss and grab a beer out of the fridge and grab more pizza, so be it. If
Right.
it's not and I sit and watch it, I think this match is probably going to be under 10. Now, I know, Mike, in the pre-show you were kind of like saying that if Brock wants it to go 20, who's going to tell him it can't? I don't know that almost can work a 20-minute match. So I think it's going to go at most 10, maybe 11. In a 2-night spectacle that is WrestleMania, is 11 minutes going to destroy the card for me? Probably not, especially because we're going to get Brock Lesnar fucking tossing a guy that's like 8 foot tall and 500 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's going to create a cool moment at the end. My only hope from it is that it is better than I expect it to be. Like, I expect it to stink out loud with a cool moment at the end, and it can only impress me. And there's going to be those matches from time to time.
Right.
Bobby Bray, I'm curious to see exactly how it plays out the next 30 days. I think I'm looking forward to seeing how the build to this match goes. Again, I think it's going to be on the shorter side. So I think one of these two matches happens on Saturday and one of these matches happens on Sunday, because this is going to kind of be one of those break moments, and then you have a musical performance or whatever. But yeah, look, it's not going to, neither of these matches are going to make or break the card.
I can see that.
Like, it is what it is. Like, you're going to have bummer, weird, dumb, what the hell just happened sort of matches on every WrestleMania card. And it's weird that Lashley and Brock are going to be part of those matches, but here we are.
I will give you too. Like, again, just watch the first 5 WrestleManias. Sure, I saw stuff on those shows that will be a hell of a lot worse than either of these matches in the long run.
Yeah.
I mean, I did sit through a
So
Bushwhackers and
I have this
Fabulous
thought.
Rougeau's match.
Like, does Triple H remember they normally do a Hall of Fame ceremony on WrestleMania week?
Oh shit, they haven't announced a single Hall of Famer yet.
Here's my only, and the only thing that I thought why they haven't, like, when you think of like
I didn't even notice
the
that.
Hockey Hall of Fame, the Baseball Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, the full classes get unveiled at one time. So I'm wondering if that's what's going to happen with Triple H's WWE, is that they're going to announce the Hall of Fame class of 2023 is at one time. because like if you really think about it, like it's kind of weird, like that they announced them one at a time for like the 8 weeks leading up to WrestleMania. Like it just, I don't know.
I think that what you're going to see is that tomorrow night you get introduction number 1.
Because it's the first show in March.
I think the Hall of Fame class is going to be 4 people. I think he's going to cut the Hall of Fame ceremony in half.
Please.
So
I mean, that would be smart because you're running out of people.
but you're also running it
in the Hall of Fame.
But you're also running it right after SmackDown.
That's a great point too.
So it's going to be like an hour.
So if you cut the Hall of Fame ceremony to 4, you give each of them 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You're at an hour and
a half.
Hour and a half because you have the little in betweens.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And hour and a half in and out.
You got to make time for a fan to attack Bret Hart.
Jesus Christ. The Revival won't be there to save him.
You don't know that.
Don't know that.
I mean, Dax and Cash will be in California. We're talking about going to their fucking live show. So.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I didn't even think of that.
I just personally think that he's gonna like.
Who do you think's the head guy?
If he's cutting WrestleMania card, why not cut Hall of Fame? Because it just fucking drags.
Who do you think Batista's the top?
It's in Hollywood. It's Triple H's first as the booker.
It's not gonna be The Rock.
It's not gonna be Is The Rock in? The Rock's not in the Hall of Fame, is he?
No. I would have assumed it'd be this year, but
I would have assumed that it was too.
But yeah, you can't put him.
You can't do it after fucking making the comment that he's not WrestleMania in ring ready.
Yeah,
because here's the thing:
they buried him.
Well, no, here's the thing:
they kicked him while Black Adam was down.
Feel free to go watch week 1 of the XFL with him fucking standing on the 50-yard line, fucking jacked as fuck. Like,
right?
He's got enough shit going on right now with that he's not available right now.
Right.
Well, and my thing is this too, because like I know people had a good chuckle at The Rock isn't ring ready, and I'm like, look,
ring shape is a hell of a lot different.
Go ask any professional wrestler.
My comment was more like,
yeah, no, I get it.
He just has so much shit going on.
Oh yeah, I mean it's insane. But I don't. Here's the thing: if you're not going to have him in the main event at this WrestleMania, like a lot of people thought, you can't have him
show up
there.
No.
For this Mania if he's not wrestling. So I think the earliest he gets in would be next year in Philly. Like Philly's a big spot for The Rock. But not that it happens, because I think it's going to be ECW heavy next year.
I was going to say that.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting next year if you don't do just Paul Heyman straight out. What if ECW in and of itself becomes the first company to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Because you wouldn't induct the WWF because it still exists. You're not going to induct something.
WCW.
Well, you could eventually, maybe like the next time it's in Atlanta or something like that, exactly, or Florida even. You know,
because at Florida I would do
Florida Championship. But that's what I'm saying. Like you do open up some realm of. You have to think outside the box because you are going to run out of guys. Because, like Jim said earlier, like at some point,
and that's another reason why I think
Booger is your best entrant. You know,
see, and that's why I think you go to 4 because here's the thing: you go to 3 wrestlers and a celebrity. That's your Hall of Fame class.
So
that's it.
Besides Batista, who else do you think?
Has Snoop Dogg been inducted?
I don't know.
If not, I think he's a slam dunk for because you're in LA.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's got to be like LA centric in some capacity.
Well, Batista with the movies,
Batista for sure. Yeah.
If Snoop Dogg isn't, I would put Snoop Dogg in this year.
I could see that.
I would also say that. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that's just like jumps out of like.
That's like it's kind of hard to figure anyone out that feels like super like.
See, but at that point, if your main guy's a Hollywood guy and you go to Snoop Dogg, your other 2 could be. They don't have to be Hollywood centric.
What if it's not Batista?
Snoop went in 2016.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember.
What if it's not Batista as the headliner? What if it's Cena? I mean, he's Hollywood also. He's in the fucking new Fast and Furious that's coming out in a month.
Where is it's at? Is there any talk of where it is after Philly?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
I was just trying to see, map out certain things that would make sense.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
you
I
could-
don't think you put Cena in if he's actually wrestling though,
If he's on the show, I don't think you put him in.
which I think he's going to be on the show. So
Then
I'm gonna
then
place
he
him
would.
down
Then you
there.
know what? Then you know what? He'd be the headliner in Philly.
You can't make Cena the headliner in Philly. He'll
Why
get
not?
booed. He'll get booed out of the building.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Just because it's Philadelphia, you think he's like
I
you
think
don't- you
Philly's
don't-
the one place where like a guy
But,
like
like
Cena
a
gets like,
WrestleMania
booed.
crowd and a
I was gonna say-
Philadelphia sports crowd are two very different things.
Yeah.
True. True.
yeah. I mean, at this point, like a
I
Philadelphia
mean, here's the deal:
crowd,
you
like
would get a "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant,
Yeah.
but like it's not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna get booed at a Hall of Fame ceremony.
No. if it was a random Tuesday in June, yes,
Yeah.
100% he's getting booed. But I don't think he's getting booed at a WrestleMania crowd, no matter where the location is. All right, so let's get back to the WrestleMania
Yeah,
card. We'll talk more Hall of Fame in the next couple
if
weeks.
and when it actually happens.
Yeah. All right, so we take the 4 of those gentlemen off of the board. We have 5 matches left that we have to try to figure out here.
Let's recap. So last week, we had locked in Cody Roman,
Yep.
Seth Logan Paul,
Yep.
Rhea Charlotte,
Yep.
Bianca Asuka.
Yes, those matches were locked in by WWE.
Yeah, those were either officially announced or locked in, and we've already seen the Seth Logan development continue.
Correct.
Then these are the 6 matches that we picked last week: Dominic versus Rey Mysterio, John Cena versus Austin Theroy, the Bloodline versus KO and Sammy, Gunther versus Drew versus Sheamus for the IC title, and Edge versus Damian Priest.
That was 5 matches, but whatever. You said 6.
Oh
You
yeah,
bastard.
my bad. We were originally going to pick 6.
Yes, and then we stopped because we were going back and forth. Now with adding of the 2 matches that we've talked about, we're 5 matches away from wrapping up.
Yeah,
what
we're
would be-
technically picking 7, but it's because 2 have been
correct.
locked
So
in
we're
or virtually
really
locked.
picking 5. So me and Joe were talking earlier. We talked about shortening the WrestleMania card because of what our conversation was. Not in the what we're talking about, but we were like, should they really just do Edge and Rey versus Priest and Dominic? Like, do we need a Dominic Rey one-on-one match?
I think you do.
Okay.
Like
Why?
I
What do you think that accomplishes that just 2 birds, 1 stone tag match doesn't accomplish?
because it's father versus son. I think that's
Okay.
been the one of the main, or at least like subtle focus points of this. I mean, they did fucking social media.
For
Dominic
sure,
got
for everything.
arrested because him and Rhea did the shit at Thanksgiving or whatever. Like I think you're, and obviously Etch is going to have a place on this card. We have it as Damian Priest. Like
Oh,
Edge
for
is
sure.
obviously going to be on WrestleMania somewhere.
For sure.
I think it's more likely that he would find a tag team partner, and it would be him and somebody versus Priest and Balor, as opposed to
Yeah, that
him.
makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like to me,
Yeah.
like Dominic Rey, like that has been the progression, because like they were tag team partners, but they're father and son, and they were the first father and son tag, and we were waiting for that moment for
Yeah.
Dominic to finally turn on him, and he did, and I mean it's been tremendous. And him getting that win over his dad, huge.
Fair. That's a fair argument.
All right, so let's talk here, and I'm gonna nominate the first one here.
Okay.
Let's just get it the fuck out the way. New women's tag champs.
Yeah,
Lita
this
and
was gonna
Becky
be. I
with
was gonna,
Trish.
yeah.
The 6-woman tag match against Damage Control. Are we just
Sold
gonna do
on it
this?
now?
Are we just gonna do this?
I was sold on it before. I argued for it last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was one of those where I kind of wanted to see what they were
No,
doing
yeah, fair.
because if that match ends in a DQ and then you go Trish and Lita versus Damage Control and Becky versus
Fair.
Bailey, like you could get 2 matches technically out of
Yeah.
that. But I think after this, I think you're going with the 6-women tag match.
Now here's the question: do they put the titles on the line even though it's a 6-person tag?
I don't
would.
think so.
I would.
I would too. I'm sorry, Lita has no business being in that ring right now.
That
Like,
match was bad.
it was rough, dude. I'm like,
didn't
I
pay
remember
close attention
texting
to
you
it.
just being like, oof.
I was getting concerned, like, because like I'm like, Lita's gonna hit some sort of moonsault flippy do or something. I'm like,
hit the twist of fate, and it looked like she was like a fucking
oh
robot.
my
It's just a lot
gosh,
of
like
character
it,
there.
like
So what you're saying is she belonged in the Sonic the Hedgehog gold ring match on Dynamite last night?
pretty much. So yeah, I'm locking it in. Lita, Becky, Trish.
mhm.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I think And here's the thing, like Trish, respectfully,
Respectfully.
but I think Lita, I think Trish and Becky and
this is-
Damage Control are gonna have to carry the match.
See, but this is also good because if Becky and them win, you can use the women's tag titles now with a Freebird rule.
Exactly.
So you can let Trish now be part of the tag team.
I agree.
Because I think Trish in ring is
Better.
immensely better than the way Lita looked.
I mean, I understand it was the SummerSlam of 19. So I mean, we're talking 3.5 years ago, but Trish still looked like she belonged there.
Correct.
Again,
She didn't look bad in ring.
No,
Lita did not look good last night.
Yeah, it was tough. And I don't know, you know, if there was like nerves that played
ring
into
rust,
ring rust and stuff. You know, I hope that the next month there's a lot of time spent at the Performance Center. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. But yeah.
So what's interesting to me now is we've got 4 more matches. I don't feel like there's any obvious feuds that are going to WrestleMania from here. Like nothing that they've already started anyway, and you've still got 5 weeks.
Here's one that I think is going to happen.
What?
Gable versus Otis.
Really?
Otis, you mean?
Otis, yeah.
Otis?
I think Gable's going to get the shits of him being involved with the Maximum Male Models thing, and I think we're going to get Gable. And it's sad because my hope when Triple H took over is that there was going to be more emphasis in tag teams, and not that there hasn't been, because I think any focus on tag teams is
but
more.
American Alpha is a great team.
Like they are a great
Alpha
team
Academy.
together.
Close enough.
But
he doesn't look anything like Jason Jordan.
A little bit around the eyes.
That's it.
But I think Otis versus Gable.
Interesting.
I mean, if you guys don't think it's going to happen,
I think
it's a toss up. Because it just.
I don't feel like it's a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you got to stop feeling like it's not a WrestleMania match just because it's a feeling. Like you literally just told me that you sat through a 6-minute fucking Big John Studd fucking whoever match at WrestleMania 1.
I mean,
just because it's like it doesn't feel like it, like doesn't mean that it won't be a like. Honestly, like Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins with the build or whatever, like cool, it's gonna be a fun match, like, but it also could happen on fucking Showdown at the Sky.
I mean, here's the deal.
Like,
here's the deal. So we've had 2 outdoor with fans, 2-night WrestleManias.
Yep.
In those 2 shows, I'm not gonna count Usos versus Nakamura and Boogs because Boogs exploded.
blew his knee out, yeah.
But Drew Corbin was 8 minutes long. That was the second shortest match of night 1. The Miz and Logan Paul versus Ray and Dom, that was 11 minutes. Okay. Then on night 2, you had a 6-minute Lashley and Omos match. You had a 1 minute and 40-second Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus the New Day.
Yep.
Then you had the 9-minute McAfee Austin Theory. You had the 3-minute Mr. McMahon versus Pat McAfee. And I get that was to get to the Austin stuff. Looking back to 37, and I get to this is Vince versus Triple H booking, but WrestleMania 37, you had 11 minutes Cesaro versus Rollins, 9 minutes Styles and Omos versus the New Day. You had an 11-minute Strowman versus Shane McMahon. You had a 5:50 Randy Orton versus The Fiend. 9 minutes KO versus Sami Zayn, 6 minutes Apollo versus Big E. So there's places for shorter, not Mania like matches. Because again,
true.
I've never been to one. You guys have been there. those have to be long days. So there
Yep.
has to be points for you guys to get up, walk around, stretch, grab something to eat, go to the bathroom, like hit the merch stand, do something just to break the pattern of just sitting in that seat from, 7 o'clock p.m. till midnight or whatever it's going to be. So a Chad Gable versus Otis match, while man, that doesn't feel like a Mania match. For some people that want to watch it because they're invested in the Maximum Male Models or they love Chad Gable or whatever, they're going to sit and watch it. Other people are going to go, man, I'm going to go take a quick stretch and a piss.
You know what? I'm gonna one up this. Okay.
Okay.
I am gonna say Gable Otis, but I'm gonna add Otis getting Mansois and Massey. And Chad Gable brings in his newest recruits to be his tag team partners.
Okay.
The main roster debut of Brutus and Julius Creed. Stuck. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe there it is. All right, cool. My arm just got stuck.
I'm here for that. The Creed.
Are you?
I'll
here?
go with it. Sure. I like the idea of Chad Gable getting on WrestleMania.
And I think that with the Creed brother, their biggest flaw right now, their biggest flaw right now in NXT is that they can't cut great promos. And I think Chad Gable is a guy who can cut a good enough promo to get
Chad
them.
Gable is a fantastic promo.
That's what I'm saying. So I would
Chad
almost.
Gable is so goddamn good. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, like the Creed brothers look like they're gonna have a 6-man tag match at Roadblock this week with Braun Breaker against Indus Shear. You could finish that fucking program at Stand and Deliver, and you could have them debut on Sunday. You can make this the perfect Sunday match because they could debut on the Sunday card, and it makes perfect sense because you could have Gable tease this for, you want to leave and go to go to these guys. I have friends too, and it's
the build up can be these are my two new brothers, blah blah blah, and Gable's what are you gonna bring, and then you'll see, and then I think that works easy.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so this one might be a little convoluted, and I don't think it actually happens, but I'm gonna do it anyways just to have the conversation. The New Day, whom for some reason don't look like they're gonna be on this fucking show in real life. Just
Really
saying.
weird.
I'm gonna go with a fatal 4-way for the number one contenders for the tag titles because I think you have to come out of this with whomever is next. I'm gonna put the New Day in there.
Okay.
I'm going to put Ridge Holland and Butch.
Okay.
We'll put the Street Profits.
Okay.
And a fourth team to be determined. And the fourth team to be determined is the Return.
Oh, the FTR boys.
Shatter Machine.
Like that. I like that a lot. I'm here for that.
Because it gets the Profits on there. It gets the New Day on there. You even get Ridge and Butch. It is what it is. And I mean, you're coming out of this thing with Kevin and Sammy being the tag team champions if we're booking this armchair from our houses. And for some reason, if they don't, heel Usos versus the returning FTR.
Yeah, there's no wrong you can go with a revival right now in this WWE.
Are you good? You good with that?
Yeah, I can go with that. I'm happy with
that a lot.
I mean, I'm just saying because
it blows my mind that the New Day is probably not going to be on this card. Like, you couldn't throw together some kind of tag team feud for them. They had the best match at the last NXT show.
Yep.
They belong on WrestleMania.
They literally just had a in-ring with LA Knight.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, again, we are still
LA Knight's another one who I can't believe is not going to probably be on the show.
I have an idea for him.
Okay. We only have one more spot to fill, right?
We have two. What?
He's got to be on the card.
I thought we had 4 to fill.
We had 5.
Oh.
We have 2 spots left.
Okay.
LA Knight versus Pat McAfee?
Okay, so
or are we still considering Pat McAfee versus Corey Graves?
I don't
think that's happening.
I don't think that's happening. I'm starting to wonder if Pat McAfee is going to be on this card at all.
Personally, I don't think he is because I think that with the whole Brett Favre lawsuit and all kinds of other shit that he has going on right now, I don't necessarily know that he can get in a ring and train.
I'm also wondering it, like, and again, I think the Favre lawsuit is horseshit. But that's
I think it's god awful too, but we can talk about that on a different show.
Yeah, it's another topic for another show. But I also don't think WWE preparing for a sale wants to touch a guy who's involved in a litigation.
True, 100%.
So
yeah,
he's going to do anything. He's just going to join the commentary table.
Yeah, I would say he's going to be on commentary for both nights. I don't think he's
not unless there's an NDA involved. So, can I throw one out there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this one gets built from night 1 into night 2. Okay. Follow me here.
I don't know that I want to follow you anywhere, but all right, go ahead.
It's not the men's bathroom. You're safe. So, night 1, WrestleMania host is The Miz. So he's out there doing his Miz thing, doing a little promo. And who comes out to interrupt him? The person who should be the host of WrestleMania, especially in this town, L.A. Knight. Yeah. And you do that promo, the promo work alone for that in front of that crowd on night 1.
Oh, I'm here for that.
And you hotshot a match for night 2 between the two of them. That shit could be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it could be fun.
I agree.
Then here's the thing.
And it gives LA Knight something to do.
Yeah.
And Miz is good in the ring. I'm a Miz fan.
The Miz is the Miz is fantastic.
The only other thing that you could do, because of the whole New Day, and I know we put the New Day in the tag title match.
Yeah.
You could do New Day versus LA Knight and the Miz.
Yeah, also very possible. I mean, because New Day has hosted Mania before.
Correct.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I was gonna say. If we didn't have the New Day on the card, is Joe's scenario actually happens, and then we need a new host for Sunday,
and it's the New Day.
And the New Day. And here's the thing. Like, I don't know exactly where Big E's at, but like,
you could have him.
You want to make a WrestleMania moment? Big E, joins the New Day while they're hosting Sunday night.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would love that.
That's going to make you forget real quick that the New Day aren't wrestling at WrestleMania. But I like them as an LA Knight on Sunday.
Yeah.
Or as a match. So yeah, Miz
LA Knight.
The LA Knight.
All right, so we got one left.
Do we need another women's match?
I was thinking it too, to be honest with you. But with
who?
We only have 3.
No, we have 4. Don't we?
No,
we only have 3. Okay.
Yeah, but who
title
else?
Matches that's the hard part.
I feel like Liv Morgan deserves the spot on WrestleMania. I don't think she's gonna get it.
I think she's more inclined to be in the women's battle royal that's going to happen on Friday Night SmackDown.
Right.
To be honest with you,
I think that's where you're going to get the next women's match. I think that because you're going to fit everybody else into there.
Nope. I know what it is. I don't fucking want to do it, but I know what it is.
What?
What is it?
Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey.
No, they're making them a tag team.
Then you have them fight someone. How do you not have fucking your third biggest women's draw not on the show?
I mean, you so I mean,
you have to. Okay. As much as I despise her like the fucking plague, she has to be on the show.
So fair. So okay, but so then
Carmella and Chelsea Green
versus them, or are you just saying Carmella versus Chelsea Green?
No. Carmella and Chelsea Green are going to be a tag team
versus Ronda and
Shayna.
I was gonna say Liv Morgan and
Liv and
Raquel.
What if? Okay.
Three-way?
I was gonna say, what if we just decided to do the exact same thing for the women's tag title?
Yeah,
let's Chelsea Green and Carmella, Shayna Baszler and and Ronda, Raquel and Liv, and a fourth team of
Candice and Nikki.
Yep, there you go, done.
Or you can have debuting from NXT,
Casey Catanzaro and Katie Carter.
Who are an awesome fucking tag team.
Now that they're not the NXT Women's Tag Champs.
They're an awesome fucking tag team.
I think that's more of a Raw after Mania deal.
I do see.
especially if you're gonna do
If you're
the
gonna debut FTR back, I don't
if
think
you're
you
gonna do
can
the
debut
FTR
Yeah,
and you're gonna
fair.
do the creeds
Fair.
as well with
Yeah,
Gable, I don't think you do a bunch of those.
I agree. I would save them, but I would save them and have them come in and win the titles.
Yeah. So Candace, Nikki.
I will say what I will say here, and this is upsetting for me. No Gargano, no Bronson Reed.
No.
You know, it's one of those where, you know, those two guys, especially the performance that they put on at Elimination Chamber, you know, those are guys that you
They
think
deserve to be on the show.
you should get a spot. You know, maybe it's like we were talking earlier, maybe Miz and LA Knight become a tag team and it's Miz and LA Knight versus Dexter and Gargano,
That's very possible.
you know, kind of thing.
That's totally possible.
But I think Miz LA Knight is a fun singles match. And like you said, it doesn't have to be more than 6 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I mean, here's the sad thing. Should be on the card people who are left off the card every year.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but it's one of those we talked ourselves into having another women's match, so it was even 2 on each show, basically.
Yeah, I'll tell you when we do the preview show for Mania. Not that we'll have a separate topic for it, but I will ask the question:
snubs?
Who's the biggest snubs? Yeah, who's the person you think most deserves to be on this at the point when we actually know the full card?
I mean, we should know the full card by the time we go live, with the exception of something that's added.
Yeah,
I
guess there's a possibility of, you know,
like if Miz LA Knight gets added on night 1, we obviously
Dana Brooke versus you know.
right.
So something stupid but because again, they don't do pre-show matches anymore. So I think your card's going to be locked in before WrestleMania SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying. So
I agree.
Barring a addition,
Like
night
we'll probably
1
even
to
know
night 2 kind of thing. Like
we'll probably even know most of the SmackDown card.
We saw last year the almost like the last half an hour at least of the WrestleMania SmackDown is backstage promos and highlight videos because they're prepping the stage and the ring for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like you're literally not.
I didn't even know that.
2 battle royals and a match in that so.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the final card. Jim, you want to go over it real quick?
Yeah, so like I said before, we have Cody versus Roman for the Universal Undisputed title. We have Seth versus Logan Paul, Rhea versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title, Bianca versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title, Dominic versus Ray, Cena versus Austin Theory for the U.S. title, Bloodline versus KO and Sammy for the the undisputed tag team titles, right? This isn't just one.
Correct.
Okay. Gunther versus Drew versus Sheamus for the IC title, Edge versus Damian Priest, Brock versus Omos, Bobby versus Bray, Lita, Becky, and Trish versus Damage Control for the women's tag team titles, Otis, Massey, and Monsoir versus Gable and the Creeds, New Day versus Butch and Ridge Holland versus the Street Profits versus a returning FTR for the number 1 contender spot for the tag team titles, Miz versus LA Knight, and then you have Chelsea Green and Carmella versus Raquel and Liv Morgan versus Candice and Nikki versus Ronda and Shayna for the number 1 contender for the women's tag team titles.
Excellent. All right, so that's our prediction. That's our predicted card. Next week, do your homework, pick your winners.
And do we want to are we going to build the show itself?
Correct.
Okay.
Do your homework. Well, what we'll do is we'll set the cards, and then we'll give you our predictions on next week's show for that card.
Very good. Very good.
Excellent. Anything else before we head over to the prediction for AEW Takeover Our Evolution?
Tony Khan presents a marathon.
That's
the episode title.
Yes. Tony Khan presents.
Tony Khan presents a marathon.
Yeah.
Tony Khan runs a train on our emotions.
Oh, Jesus.
That escalated quickly.
That escalated quickly. All right. so let me refresh the page because Lord knows they probably could have added a few matches
They probably added 2
between the time I did 3CT until now. But this Sunday night at the Chase Center, starting at 8 p.m., because that seems like a great choice when you have an Iron Man match. Starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time from the Chase Center in San Francisco, California, it is AEW Our Evolution. Currently, I say that currently, there is 8 matches on this card. I'm sure it will grow at least by a few more. There's no way this card doesn't hit double digits. I hope it is not a 14 or 15 match card again, because you have a 60-minute Iron Man match on this card. But I digress. All right, we will start at the bottom. We'll work our way up. A no-holds-barred match. It is Christian Cage taking on Jungle Boy Jack Perry. We'll go same order. Mike, Joe, myself. So, Mike, kick us off.
I said it on 3CT. I'm gonna say it here. He's not Jungle Boy. He's Jungle Man. I'll take Jack Perry.
He's a jungle man.
He's gonna come out Christian Cage. He's not gonna be a boy. He's gonna be a man.
Jungle man. Joe, go ahead.
So bad.
I am gonna go ahead and say the same. I think Jack Perry gonna win that one. I would like to say, as someone who apparently has not paid that much attention to AEW recently, I had no idea Christian was back, and they're finally running this match again, or for the first time, I suppose. I don't think it actually got to happen before.
It did not.
Hey, do you want to look at that?
No, I don't like him. He's a jerk. See, that literally makes him unattractive. It's MJF.
MJF posted a picture of
like
him,
a thirst trap.
trying to look cute.
Well, honestly, his personality makes him so unattractive. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, no, I will go ahead and predict that Jungle Boy wins this one, but I feel like I would have been so excited for this match 4 months ago, and I know Christian got injured, and that's nobody's fault, but yeah.
Yeah, dude, this feud feels like it's been going on for 6 years. I'm not gonna lie, and I understand there was an injury and whatever, but just give me Jungle Man and get me the hell away from this feud.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, let's go to the trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship. The Elite defending against the House of Black. Michael,
always bet on Black.
All right, Joseph.
Again, I didn't know they were back either. Holy fuck. I assume the Elite's gonna win, because when do they ever push anybody else?
I mean, you can't fault that reasoning, honestly. But I predicted the Elite on 3CT. I think, just to be a contrarian, I'll do the same here.
Mary, you are quite contrary.
All right, let's go to the three-way match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Jamie Hayter, defending against Saraya and Ruby Soho. Michael.
Hater gonna hate.
Joseph.
I'm gonna take the Riot Squad.
All right. Gross. I'll just pick it to be different, and I could see him doing it too.
God,
Saraya.
God.
I know. I hope it's not it. I really hope it's not it.
So we're gonna have 2 women's champions that can't wrestle. Sweet, love it.
Basically.
Fuck.
But yeah, Cargirl's not on this card yet.
Yet.
That's the key word. They got to get her on there, right?
Nah, she'll be on the SmackDown before winning the Battle Royal.
I mean, there is already a 4-way announced for Friday's Rampage. That's Top Flight versus Silver and Reynolds versus Claudio and Uter versus Aussie Open.
Good Christ. All right. We have a singles match where the Jericho Appreciation Society are banned from ringside. Stop me if you've heard that before with the Inner Circle.
Stop.
Chris Jericho taking on Ricky Starks. Michael.
Absolute Ricky Starks.
All right. Joseph?
Yeah, isn't that a thing where Jericho puts people over on pay-per-views and then just wins on Dynamite?
Yes.
So Ricky Starks. I'm gonna sneeze, by the way.
I will kind of agree with what Matt and Ryan were saying on 3CT is like this weird stipulation, like somebody who's not officially in the Jericho Appreciation Society will help Jericho win and then becomes a new member of the Jericho Appreciation Society. So
No, that doesn't make any sense because the only way you become a member of the Jericho Appreciation Society is if you don't want to be a member of the Jericho Appreciation Society and then you lose a match that says that if you lose it, you have to join the Jericho Appreciation Society.
either that or you go to Washington, D.C. on January 6th.
Right.
Who would it be then?
Who can it be now?
I don't know. Throw a fucking dart at the roster.
What the fuck are you singing?
It's a song. You've never heard that song?
I'm more talking about
who can it be now? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you like, the fuck you doing over here, jazz hands? Nobody can see your hands but me.
Now I look like I'm in a Bollywood movie.
Okay, all right.
Oh my!
Who could it be?
Action Andretti heel turn. No,
There it is. Writes itself.
I hope not. Dear God,
He
I
turned
hope not.
heel on that fucking ladder last night.
no. The ladder turned heel on him.
He fucking almost murdered Sammy Guevara.
Dodgers announced Gavin Lux is out for the season with a torn ACL. AEW announces that Action Andretti is out for the year with a torn ACL.
They also announced that ladder is out because Powerhouse Hobbs fucking clean clocked it. Also, like, here's the deal. Look, let's be like a big discussion point on social media today. Newsflash, wrestling fans, and I know I complained about it as well, but newsflash, referees have held the ladder for wrestlers in WWE before.
Okay, but two things.
Hold on, here's the difference.
Okay.
Here's the difference. You, as a TV viewer, you didn't see it because WWE knows how to produce a wrestling show.
Yes. That was exactly. It was like, yeah, well, two things. So first of all, yes, don't fucking show the referees holding the ladder. It's not that difficult. You need a better director and better camera people.
Not
But
just
number
that,
two-
but you literally showed it 37 different angles of him like Aubrey Edwards
Brutal.
skinny ass holding the fucking ladder. Like, you're gonna, if you make a wrong turn, she's going 18 feet in the air.
But
This is a old 19th century catapult waiting to fucking happen.
honestly, though, on top of that, why didn't Hobbs just turn around and go outside the ring and grab the really big fucking ladder that was right there and just use that?
Or just grab one of the normal size ladders that was literally within arm's distance.
Like why was he just like, let me climb this broken ladder?
And yell at Rick Knox to get in the ring before he gets to the second rung.
What the fuck?
Like, there's just so many times where I'm like, how are you 3.5 years in and you still can't produce wrestling?
It's almost like, honestly, there's a lot of moments, and it's because the fan base for AEW is drinking the Kool-Aid, but there's a lot of LOL AEW moments that you just kind of let them get away
We're
with.
talking about LOL Impact Wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. Like
LOL.
LOL TNA, like it's LOL AEW, like fucking sparklers and broken ladders. That's what's going on here.
Dude, you're not kidding. You are not kidding. But yeah, anyway, let's continue. We have the singles match for the TNT title. Samoa Joe defending against Wardlow and his short hair. Michael.
Spoiler alert.
Short hair, don't care.
I was at the Ring of Honor TV taping. Samoa Joe's on episode 2, where he defends the Ring of Honor World Television title. He also walked out with the AEW TNT title for that fucking.
No.
I would like to propose though.
So it's either one of two things. Tony Khan's a moron and doesn't know what date the fucking show would actually air,
it's that one.
or Samoa Joe wins.
It's continuity. It's bad TV production.
Well,
is
that's
my
true.
guess.
But also, was it what episode of ROH? Because the first one aired today, right?
That's why I'm saying it's either really bad. You good?
No.
I caught it with
Yeah.
Mark,
You
didn't I?
dumbass.
So it's either really bad TV work by whomever the fuck, doesn't check to make sure the days of the show
They-
airing. That one
Booker of the year. 3-time Booker of the year.
will get there.
Yeah. 3-time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three time.
So Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. I guess Mike, you're picking Samoa Joe because you
Yeah,
have the insider
I
information.
mean, I'm gonna take Samoa Joe just because I think that they're gonna go do something different with Wardlow. So
okay. Joseph.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Joe. Also, I don't feel like he's losing right now.
I'm gonna pick Wardlow because now I'm curious to see how the fuck they fix that in post.
Yes,
they just don't.
they just don't.
The answer is they don't, because all 37 people that are subscribed to Honor Club aren't going to give a fuck.
No fucks given -1.
Either that or just they just don't care because they love Tony Khan that much. All right, then the Texas Death Match, which is actually different than a no holds barred match. Go to 3CT to kind of figure out the reasons why. I guess the Texas Death Match, you pin them and then they have to stay down for 10.
So this is Macho Man versus Crush from WrestleMania 10 all over again.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
right. That is correct. That is.
So yeah, I guess that's what a Texas Death Match is, because
Great.
I guess Moxley hasn't bled enough this month.
No. Texas Deathmatch is modeled after Terry Funk's retirements.
Yeah. But it is Moxley versus the Hangman Adam Page. Michael.
That could be a good match.
Give me the old cowboy.
Her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he has to win, right? Otherwise, what are we even doing with him anymore?
Okay, so we've talked about this with Gian over the last couple months. Like, was supposed to take the
Please give me a
leave and all that.
Moxley
Like,
vacation, dude.
like
I need
think
this
it's
guy off my screen for a few weeks.
like and the way that here's the thing, he's an ass kicker. I'll be the first one to say it. That's fine.
Sure, absolutely.
But Claudio and Uter seem to be going heel.
Her.
And they seem to be going heel on Ring of Honor, which we'll talk about off air because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't watched yet. Literally, if they're going heel, John Moxley isn't anyone that's getting booed.
No.
So what? How do you do it?
On him.
You turn on him, you take him out after he loses to Page, and you let the Uter and Claudio be heels. You let John go away for 3 or 4 months.
And then when he comes back, he's got a feud. Claudio versus Moxley could be a hell of a fucking match.
Yeah, it's July leading into All Out.
Yeah.
If it's 4 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bring him back, and the match the match at All Out is Claudio Castagnoli versus John Moxley.
Yeah.
And if he's still the ROH champion at the time, you put the ROH title on the line.
If fucking Dean Ambrose ends up being the Ring of Honor World Champion,
I would. That's me.
I mean, Chris Jericho is just the Ring of Honor champion. I feel like Moxley's a step up from that.
It's still not weirder than the fucking less talented half of the Quebecers being the Ring of Honor World Champion.
Oh boy,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I got Hangman here. Please, dear God. 4-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. The goddamn ass boys.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Defending against the Acclaimed.
Reigning and defending.
Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. And Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. Michael.
I'm doing it. Fuck it.
This is a goddamn fever dream.
Give me Triple J. Give me Jay Lethal and JEFF.
Why not? Why not?
I want it. At this point,
I want them to win.
On paper, like it looks like this is just they're just gonna give the titles back to the Acclaimed or whatever.
I mean,
like,
realistically, it's what should happen.
Fuck the ass boys.
I would.
I know you would. Danhausen and Orange Cassidy.
I'd fuck them right in the gimmick.
Would be funny as hell to be tag team champions, even if it was for a week. I'm just gonna try to keep going. And literally, like the Acclaimed were cool, but I was at the end of giving a fuck about them being tag champs anyways. So yeah, give me and this title run doesn't need to be long, like Joe's time in the ass boys, but give me the I broke Jim again. Give me Jeff. Give me JEFF and
I was so close.
Jay.
Said to the ass boys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Jarrett and Lethal also, but like fuck this match. Like
So bad.
you really have the fucking Lucha Brothers floating around. You've got like
Aussie Open.
You've got a whole bunch of really amazing tag teams, and you've got fucking Danhausen and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because they're the ones that are going to take the fall.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
Fuck it, give me Lethal and Jarrett as well.
The Ass Boys got shit on when they won the titles.
They need some dude wipes.
They do. So at the end of the day, like you get the titles off of them, but you don't want to hurt them by having them lose the fall.
This match sponsored to you by
The
Queso.
acclaimed aren't taking another fall fucking and going 0-2 in their last two
dear
matches
God,
being
no.
pinned.
No.
So
Actually,
as it
they
makes
probably are because Tony Khan's an idiot.
thank you. So what makes the most sense? Lethal and Jarrett taking the fall, or the random team from the Casino Battle Royale taking the fall?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I hate this match. I hate that this match exists.
It sucks out loud. It really does.
Like,
I would have
Give
much
me-
rather had the Acclaimed versus like the
fucking
Lucha Brothers.
And you have 4 pay-per-views a year.
I,
and
for
this
one,
cluster shit of a match is fucking on it.
I would like to thank Tony Khan for putting Omos versus Brock Lesnar into perspective. Because honestly, I'd rather
You
sit
know what, in
through that.
hindsight, it might not be that bad.
I'd rather sit through that 8 times than sit
Jesus.
through this fucking
Again,
tag
because the
team
problem
match.
is this fucking match is going to go 27 minutes or something stupid. Brock almost is going to be in and out quicker than Joe and the Ass Boys.
I don't get paid by the minute, bro.
That's
No,
why
you don't get paid by the hour.
look, man. I tell my wife every time, you best get yours first, because when this show ends,
It
it's
ends.
over. There's no part 2. There's no encore. It is like a stick of
This-
dynamite. It is a
this
flash,
would've
it's a bang, and then it's over.
This would have been a good transition for our not sponsored Paluccio.
Well, that's true. And
We should try to
then
get sponsored by them.
why the fuck not?
With all of our jokes about fucking Joe fucking something,
Wait,
this
tell,
has to write itself.
point.
as I've said before on the show, we can't be sponsored by them because promo code Take3 would kill somebody. If you take 3 Blue Chew, you will have a heart attack. For the safety of everybody, we
Actually,
cannot be
he's
sponsored
got
by
a
them.
point. He's got a point. And it's good. Never mind.
No, promo code don't take
Don't take 3. Don't take 3.
Promo code Ass Boys.
All right, and then lastly,
Why?
why? MJF defending the AEW World Championship against Bryan Danielson in a 60-minute Iron Man match.
The answer why is because Tony Khan is
Because he
convinced.
can.
Is this because Tony Khan is convinced that he has the second coming of Ric fucking Flair in the 1980s in MJF? And he doesn't.
It's because he can. Because here's the deal: Tony Khan's our age. Like he grew up with Brett versus Shawn in an
Yeah.
Iron Man match. He grew up with Triple H and The Rock in an Iron Man match. He grew up with Brock versus Kurt Angle in an Iron Man. He grew up in an era that had some really good Iron Man matches. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And nobody around him is going to have the balls to tell him no.
So the difference between MJF and Ric Flair is more stewardesses know what Ric Flair's dick looks like.
He's
For
not,
the record.
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. I don't know that he should say it, but he's not wrong. But Michael.
So the real question here is, how many falls will this go?
One.
It's gonna go
They're
one.
doing,
It's
they're
gonna
doing
do
Mania
Sudden Death,
12.
Bret Hart.
Yeah,
Shawn
they're
Michaels.
doing Mania fucking 12.
Because the joke was going to be, will it go more falls than stewardess that have seen MJF's dick? So literally, the fact that you guys
No,
said
'cause it's
one
under.
means that it's definitely going to, because no stewardess has seen MJF's dick. Let's be real. So obviously the
Because
over is
now they're called flight attendants.
exactly. That's probably why.
Saying.
Plus, at this point, if they did, all they would do is laugh at him anyways. Probably.
Yeah,
So,
let's add that onto the prediction. We give you who do you think is going to win and what the fall count's going to be.
I think it's going to be MJF. I don't see them giving it to Brian. I think MJF is their like golden boy the way they seem to book him. I don't know that he deserves that necessarily, but it's certainly what they're pushing. I don't think they're going to give up
This has
now.
been a bad title reign, right?
Has it even been a reign? Has he
Like,
done anything?
Like that's the thing. The problem is he's having the same feud that he's had once every 6 months with somebody different for about
Right.
the last 4 years. Like literally every single feud of his is I'm gonna throw a bunch of other guys at you, and if you beat them, you'll eventually get to wrestle me. He thinks he's
crazy.
fucking.
It's Chris Jericho all over again.
He thinks he's fucking Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat. He's just
This
like
is the
defeat
fifth
all the people under
longest
me.
reign in
Out
the
of how
title's
many?
history. Out of, I mean, well, 9, but I mean, he's only. Let's see. The next one would be Jericho at 182. He's at 104. So by the time you hit Sunday, it's going to be what, another 4. It's just going to be like 108. So you're only going to be what, 74 days till
I'll
he's
say this. I'm looking forward to the match. Bryan Danielson's my number 2 favorite wrestler of all time. So knowing that I get to watch him wrestle for an hour, I'm not mad at it. And if anyone can carry MJF to a good match, I mean, like Punk did it a couple of times. Bryan can do it too. So I think it'll be a good match. I think it's gonna be a long fucking match. And the problem with matches like this is
There's no way to shave time.
no, and you're gonna
Right.
you're gonna be watching it, thinking to yourself like, okay, what are they gonna do to make this longer? Like every time, every like 5 minutes, you're gonna be like, so what's gonna happen now? That's like just gonna like pull this
Rest
out,
hold.
right? Because you have to tell a story for an hour, but
The
realistically, there has to be breaks in it.
the story that's going to be told is the armbar. It's going to be MJF trying to wear Brian's arm out.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Now, where's he trying to wear it out to? Like the mall or like a gala?
With his scarf.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to let it match the scarf.
Heard. It's like Fashion Week.
So my
Like
my
the Met.
prediction, and I'm gonna go crazy here. MJF wins. MJF wins by a final score of 3-2 in sudden death. Because when's the next pay-per-view after this? Is it All Out or is it Double or Nothing?
It should be Double or Nothing.
in May.
Yeah.
You know how I said earlier, I think they're going to do something a little bit different with a certain person? That's your next fucking AEW champion right there.
Wardlow.
Then they better do some fucking screwy finish with that Samoa Joe match.
Oh, you just have him fucking blast him with the fucking title belt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some non-clean finish.
Yeah, fucking Wardlow's going for a move, fucking crotches him, and then fucking hits him with a muscle buster and chokes him out. He never quits. He chokes him unconscious, and there it is. I think when inevitably the way Max wins is, I truly think Brian goes for something, Max moves, he fucks his shoulder up, and he fucking locks him in the salt of the earth, and Brian passes out.
Yeah.
I don't think Brian quits. I think Brian literally passes out.
Okay.
And you end it with MJF standing tall over Brian with the belt, with Brian not moving,
coming out.
No,
go there.
No, you let Max have this moment, because if Max is going 60, like, you let Max have the moment, because his only other moment that he's really had was him winning the title. He really hasn't had a moment aside from that.
No.
So you let Max have the moment,
Yeah.
and then you start the build to whoever's next for him Wednesday night, and that's when I would start the build to Wardlow running through everybody to get to the number 1 contender spot.
I mean, I would like it because we really just need Wardlow doing something more than beating up fucking security guards every single week.
But here's the thing. They have the built history to where Wardlow shouldn't have to run through 60 guys to get to fucking Max.
No, you shouldn't.
Wardlow literally just looks at him and goes, "You can't beat me. We've proven it. You're this great hierarchy. You can beat anybody. Prove it, because you haven't beaten me yet."
Yep. All right,
I'm
Joseph.
with it. Yeah, no, I think MJF's gonna win. Like I said, I don't see them giving up on that midway.
I mean, they should, because the fucking shit is just not good, but they won't.
Yeah.
Do you have a fall count for the
17-3.
Jesus.
Jesus?
Is that at the half, or was that,
Just going full burial, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be MJF. I jokingly say they're going to do the WrestleMania 12 thing. There's a small part of me that thinks they're going to do the WrestleMania 12 thing. Now, if they do it, I don't think they do a 0-0. I think it'll be
that's why I said 3-2 final and overtime.
it'll be 3-3, and then you got to do sudden death or something like that. But I think it'll be. I'll say, to be different, I'll do 5-4. Like I think like
Does Max
MJF will be up
give up-
5-3. Brian gets one with like 30 seconds left, and like Max does something like cheap or
Runs,
shitty
just
or dumb,
runs.
doing a runaway at the end of a 60-minute match seems kind of bad, but like he just like flops out of the ring and just goes like dead weight outside or something.
Does Max give away a fall at some point to inflict injury?
Yes.
Does he waffle fucking Brian with a chair in the shoulder, give up a fall just to set him up?
I can see that.
To steal a fall or two later.
He puts Brian in a hold and Brian taps out or something.
Gets in the ropes and just doesn't let go of it, and just
something like that. Like Brian gets to the ropes and Max.
I could totally see that. That sounds like
he just gives up a fall just to inflict more pain.
Yeah.
That sounds like a thing that happens.
I think that would make sense, especially for his character.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, that's our evolution.
What? Lucian.
AEW takeover.
Yeah, AEW takeover. Our evolution. Love it. All right, so let's go to wrestlers of the week. Let me open up a spreadsheet because it's in a different tab.
Spread that sheet.
Alrighty then.
That excelled quickly.
Hey, this is Google Docs.
That makes me sad.
Get wrecked. I'm not paying for fucking Excel. What the fuck do you mean? Motherfuckers are trying to charge.
Damn.
All right, all right, so obviously still no Ernest. Who wants to go first this week?
I haven't gone first in a while.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take the new women's tag team champions in the WWE. By the way, you know what the worst version of gaslighting of all time is? When you watch the fucking old WrestleManias and you have closed captioning on, and every time someone says World Wrestling Federation, the closed captioning says World Wrestling Entertainment.
Shut the fuck up. Seriously?
Yes, go back, like look at it every single time.
That's wild.
It's so weird. And it's like
that
you're just
means
like,
somebody literally had to go in and reprogram the coding for the closed captioning.
Every time they say Federation, it has to switch to Entertainment.
Yep.
It's like it's like having that muted word on like
like
fucking
a rap, like a
or like a message board. Like anytime that Meltzer's name is mentioned, it should say like Voldemort or something.
Yep.
It's like programmed like that in a fucking database.
Fuck, I never
so
even
weird.
thought of that.
Yeah,
It's
go
so
look at
weird.
it. Look at like just throw on like
the
beginning of WrestleMania. Yeah.
So
crazy.
Jim,
give me still your Impact Wrestling World Champion, Josh Alexander.
yay! Because if you didn't do it, I was. All right, give me a man who pulled double duty on Wednesday night.
You said duty.
I did, including punching his ticket for him and his little evil friend to be part of a tag title match at our Evolution. Give me freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Nice.
This is more because he survived the ladder than because he won the fucking Face of the Revolution Sonic Gold medal. But yeah, give me Hobbs.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes.
I also don't understand how a guy whose literal first match in AEW was in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. But hey.
Oh, fucking what's his name? Klonopin?
Jesus Christ.
The insert luchador here guy.
Yeah. I thought
Don't get me wrong,
I,
he
I
had a
said this.
fantastic showing and some cool
No.
spots, but I'm like,
Why don't they show like a preview video of who the fuck he is?
how the fuck can he be the face of the Revolution if he's never been a part of the Revolution before?
Yo, for real. I literally turned to Mike and I was like, that's not Ray Phoenix? Like what?
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck that be?
Yeah.
Give me and still your NXT North American champion Wesley
Nice.
Snipes.
Passenger 57?
Joe got it.
Give me the still Impact Wrestling Women's Champion, Knockout Champion, whatever the fuck they're calling that division now. Give me Hardcore Country, Mickey James.
Hardcore country.
Speaking of respectfully.
Respectfully. Hold on, I'm trying to find the Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, that's right. You're trying to find that clip.
Can you actually?
So you guys talk.
Can you actually just put that on here? I don't.
Wait, and it's on this week. Do they have a YouTube page?
Yeah, they do.
Will it be on there? Because I could.
Good. I'm just trying to find the timestamp.
I don't know that you can actually play it on like our show.
It's under 30 seconds.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
If you find this week's episode, it's 155.46.
Is this week
Impact Without a Budget is what the name of the episode is on.
Oh, here we go. Impact Without a Budget.
Yeah, like 155.45 is probably the.
He's done 96 of these things.
Yeah. And actually, some of them are actually really, really good.
Yeah, it's a good
What's the
podcast.
timestamp-ish?
155.40 is probably the safest start time.
155 and 40. Hold on, I think I'm already past.
You'll see more than 1,000 5-star
Well,
reviews.
there's our
Is it past
How much
this?
money you can save. Take control of your life.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe there's
By
ads.
taking
and-
You
control
might have an ad.
finances. We're going to show you how to keep more.
No,
I feel like
this
this
might
is like already
If you've got
at past the
credit
end.
card
Of
Yeah,
it.
you might want to back up. Like,
We're just giving him free
5
advertising
minutes.
now.
Listen, we've had a lot of fun today. I'm glad Jeff
Yeah.
is in a good mood today and laughing and cheering.
So
and
before
carrying
this?
on.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Okay, let me back it up here a second.
Is the dumbest statement you've
Yep, right
ever
here.
heard in your entire life come out of Chris Park's mouth when Joe Burrow is the next John
Is this what I'm playing?
Just
Okay,
Joe Montana?
It's up there. Although those recent Observer Awards that said WWE was the worst promotion of the year,
Okay.
that's close. Worst promotion of the year? They had their most top line gross of all time. They had their most profit of all time. Do we know what worst means? Do we know what promoter means? I feel like some of the people who were voting on some of these awards don't really understand what the fucking words mean. A promoter is supposed to drag in money. So if the top by definition, the best promoter is the one who generated the most money. The worst is the one who generated the least. How are we voting on that and still not understanding what the doggone words are? Is there a hammer in here? I want to hit myself in the head with it. How are they the worst promotion when they made the most fucking money? I want to be the worst promotion. Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
If worst means most profitable, most successful, I want to be the worst. Not the worst at picking games or forecasting careers like Abyss. He does a great job working out his Rick Boogs segments. He's one of the best at producing Boogs. Everybody knows in that company, top to bottom, Boogs needs the segment. Get Abyss. Get his ass in here. Bring him with the glasses. Bring him with the mask. But if this Boog segment's getting over, just add Abyss. Everybody knows that. It's not a secret.
Oh, Lord.
Worst promotion, Jeff. What?
I don't have words. I really don't.
You're good there.
We've had a lot of fun today.
Yeah,
I'm
all right,
glad Jeff was in a good mood today and laughing and cheering.
He literally.
I mean, show me the lie, right?
Right?
That's
yes.
exactly what me and Joe said. We're like,
Show me the fucking lie. And look, I get a lot of people get really fucking torqued about these Wrestling Observer Awards. I sit back and laugh whenever they come out because I mean, literally all it is it's voted on by the people who pay for the Wrestling Observer.
So like 56 people.
It's the Echo Chamber Awards.
Yeah.
So like, of course, the people who pay for the publication that is basically a propaganda wing of Tony Khan Presents Professional Wrestling is going to be the one that the people who read that publication are going to vote for.
Now I've heard that every Wednesday night at exactly 7:55 p.m. Tony Khan sends a hooker to Dave Meltzer's house, and she proceeds to give him a blowjob right before the show starts. He finishes in 5 minutes, and that way he's in a really he's in a really good mood to watch Dynamite and put everything the fuck over.
Yeah,
I will say this though about the Wrestling Observer, the awards. Funny.
Oh, fucking hilarious.
Listening to the FTR podcast today with Dax.
Didn't Bryan Danielson win the Bryan Danielson award this year?
Probably.
That's a real thing. Like there's like best technical wrestlers, like the Bryan Danielson award, and Bryan Danielson won it this year.
So FTR with Dax, another one of the Conrad podcast in the family, not with Conrad. But Dax literally talks about how he's like super pissed off that, Tony Khan and AEW sent out all like the congratulations. Never mentioned the fact that FTR won Tag Team of the Year. Congratulations to the Briscoes for being involved in Feud of the Year with FTR. Doesn't mention FTR by name.
Yeah, so I mean,
if there's any more like, hey, we're done with you, go fuck yourself. Like, hello.
Right, the writing's on the wall there.
So
unless it's all the work.
I mean, and if it is, like, kudos to all of them for like keeping up with it. But like, even if it's not a work, like, how hard is it? Like, they're still under contract for another couple of weeks. Like, how hard is it to be like, hey, congratulations to the team that basically fucking helped our tag team division for the last like 3 years win the fucking award?
Yeah. Gave. I don't think it was his last match, but I mean the last great match of the life of Jay Briscoe.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, like those awards. I mean, those awards mean no more than the fucking Slammies do.
They mean you know what actually means more than those awards? The Takeys. Our awards mean more than fucking the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
I definitely agree with ours more.
But yeah, I mean, they're the Slammies. They're the Wrestling Observer Slammies. It's exactly what they are. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Joe, you got anything?
No, not yet. But when I get my movie podcast going, I will have something to plug.
All right, cool.
Besides the S Boys.
If you want, for some reason, I don't know why, you can follow Ernest. He's at EJ Christian 7. He made an appearance on the show, so I felt like it was right. Jim?
Yeah, I mean, at 3CT, 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all podcast platforms, YouTube, TikTok, merchandise at T Public. Hit the link tree in all of our social media. We had a really fun one tonight. And we have a great Tuesday show coming up on the podcast feed. Huddle Up Podcast. The off season has begun, so we don't have the normal weekly shows, but we still have all of the like side offerings. Mike's NHL show, My Observations, the And One. Matt started the pitch. We will be recording some off season episodes sometime this month, so look forward to that. So subscribe again at Huddle Up Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Hit the link tree there. Discussions with a Nobody. I dropped a new one of those this past Sunday night. So check that out. Another solo one there at DWAN Pod on Twitter and Facebook.com/discussions with a Nobody.
All right. You can follow the show at Take the Number 3 Wrestling. You can follow me on Twitter at They Call Me Burn. As Jim mentioned, Five for Fighting, the hockey podcast. Reason why that hasn't been recorded is because I'm waiting for the trade deadline to be official so that we can go through every fucking trade that happened, because that's going to be a thing, and it's going to be a long ass episode, I know, but It's the reason why I haven't put up an episode is because every time I go to start recording, another trade goes down. So
It's been nuts. I don't think I've ever remembered one being like this.
no deadline is what, 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Technically 3, but you'll see some trickle in after that.
So basically, I'll be recording a marathon tomorrow night. Hopefully, be up by Saturday. So I'll get that out for you guys so we can talk about what's next because some teams made some moves and some teams are going to crumble. Looking at you, New York Rangers.
Mhm.
Looking at you. We'll talk about that. Other than that, guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us as always. We appreciate your love. We love you guys. We'll see you next week for more on the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.